Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer, one cabinet to rule them all. Oh guys, I love doing these thought experiments, right? If there is one cabinet that we haven't seen in the arcade scene, is of course Donkey Kong. What a license, right? What a license to get. Whoever gets this license is going to be the leader, of course, because every single retro gamer out there is going to break their back to try to get this cabinet. Absolutely. But how would you do it, right? It's easy to say, I want to get this cabinet, I want to do X, Y, or Z. But let's go through the steps you would have to go through in order to produce this cabinet, right? Now, let's start by licensing. How much would the license be? Yikes. That's a real good question, right? There isn't any available numbers officially that I can see. But what I can tell you, based on other comparable licenses and my own thought experiment here that I'm doing, sorry for the construction back there, my own thought experiment that we're doing right here, let's say it's $2 million for a 2-year license, right? $1 million a year, minimum 2 years. Nintendo's going to charge us that. On top of that, they're going to want a 15% cut out of every sale. That's the way it works. They get the money up front, right? That's why these IPs are so valuable. They are worth money. Okay, so what do we do with that? What would you do with that? Well, first we have to break it down, right? What is our goal with this investment? Right? Why not take the $2 million and just put it in the bank or somewhere where you can get a 10% return every year, right? That's 10%, 200,000. Hey, you have to make a lot more than that, right? In this investment, this is why this is risk, and with great risk comes great reward. So let's say that this is an established company and we get our costs down, right? Our costs are going to be $150 per cabinet, right? Per unit, landed on U.S. shores, right? It's coming from China, of course, and we're getting every cabinet for about $150. What's our sale price? Well, the minimum that you're looking at for a premium cabinet like this is $599, $600, right? For $600, let me tell you, there isn't a single arcade, collector of any kind that I can see that is into these, reproduction arcades. 3/4, of course. We're not talking about the real thing. That wouldn't break their back in order to get this unit. Right? At $600, they'd do it all day. It could be more, but let's just put an average price, right, of $600, and that should do us very well. But we have to remember that we need to sell it. Who is going to be our retailer? Our retailer is going to be GameStop, right? GameStop now, unfortunately, is down to what, like 2,900 stores. There could be more, right? But I'm just giving you one retailer. Of course, there's Best Buy and others, but let's just stick with one. This is our first production run. We are going to make as many units in order to double our money, which would be about 20,000 units. It's actually less than that for us to double our money. It's probably like 19,000, just a little over 19,000. But let's just do round numbers. We're going to produce 20,000 units. That's our initial run, right? That's to double our money in the first year. That's how much product we have to move. That's how many we have to sell, right? So the reason I'm throwing in there 20,000, and because we really need to make 19,608, right? That's how many. So the balance to make 20,000, we're going to have to give out some in promotions, of course. Some are going to have to be on display. So we're going to say about 392 units we're going to give to some of our retailers. They're going to assemble one, of course, one to show, one to go. There's going to be a couple of choice influencers that are going to get one, for free, because that's part of the cost of doing business, right? We want them to promote this stuff, but this stuff is really going to sell itself. We just want to get the word out there, right? We don't want to spend money on advertising or anything like that. It's all incoming, baby. It's all about making money, and there's nothing better than word of mouth on YouTube, because YouTube is the the best way for these products to get displayed with us spending very little money, because this would be a community event, right? Everybody that gets one of these is going to be wanting to show him off. So that is the plan, right? We produce them, we ship them, we need 20,000. Do you think that we could sell 20,000 units in year one of production? I say all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. If you can't move 20,000 units of the Donkey Kong arcade, you just don't know how to sell, right? You just don't know how to sell. You just have to have it well displayed. Like Coke said once, a product well displayed is a product half sold. And this is a product that sells itself. So in this exercise, right, in this dream world that we have, we're buying them, we're making 20,000, we're doubling our money, we're ready to keep the partnership going. Now, what games would you have on there? You need to have at least 3, right? You would have to have at least, you know, of course, Donkey Kong Jr. I would put in Donkey Kong 3, and as a bonus, I would throw in Popeye. That's the 4 games that I would put in there, and I think that would be more than enough for the community to just have a great time with this arcade cabinet. What do you guys think? If you had the chance, right, to produce this, reproduction cabinet of Donkey Kong, which route would you go? How much would you sell it for? Right? Is $599.99 a good price for you? Would you buy it at that? Would you pay more? Could we do $699? Probably, right? But I want to make sure that this first run, they get sold out. And of course, you know, there's going to be, you know, people in the community who's going to show it off, maybe some mods out there. And we don't care about that, right? Once the product is sold, we're getting our money up front. It's about doubling your income. Nobody's going to do this for free, guys. Nobody. The cost of productions have to be down, so that's why I'm saying 150, because it has to be an established company that does this. You don't want to set up new lines of production. You want to keep that cost to a minimum, right? If you have to set up lines of production from scratch, you're looking at another $1 million. If you're already making cabinets, you're really just remaking stickers, right, in the marquee, which would keep your setup cost down by a lot. You know, they're not going to go over $200,000. So that is why it's so important that an established company does this, because they already have the template. They know how to ship. They don't know where to, they already know how to ship it to the US. They got all the customs clearances and all that stuff. It has to be an established company. Let me tell you, whoever ever gets this license and puts this cabinet out is going to rule them all. They'll be #1. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for this experiment. I really had this in the back of my mind when I was thinking about arcades. If there's an arcade that came out that I really wanted to buy, it definitely would be this one. What do you guys think? All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.